What's going on, gamers? BluFlameNero here, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Back4Blood. Quick announcement before we get things really underway. I am going to be making a few changes going forward to how we're going to do and conduct the series. The biggest change is going to be that instead of me doing a whole little archetype, arc phase, or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to be doing individual segments. This is going to make for shorter, smaller videos, and it's going to give me a lot more time to focus on making the video a lot better. And I'm going to be trying this style out going forward. We're going to be starting with our Act 3 of our Back4Blood playthrough, and I'm going to be slowly making these changes and implementing to some of the other parts and series here on the channel. So if you like the new format and you want to show some love here, please let me know by hitting that like button or leaving a comment down below. And of course, if you want to help us grow here and help the channel reach some new heights, we do have a sub goal this month, trying to hit that 25 sub mark. We're currently at 15. So just 10 more folks hitting subscribe will help us reach that goal. Please consider subscribing and hitting the bell so that way you get notifications when the next video drops and you'll never miss another video again. Alright, well, let's go ahead, guys, and let's get into this. Alright, guys, so we're going to be picking things up here with Act 3, starting with Dr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I think that's like a little Easter egg or play on words there for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, for those of you that are old enough to remember that show. And we're going to be starting off here. This episode is going to be all on our 3-1 Farther Afield. So, the very first segment here going into Act 3. We're going to be keeping things pretty much the same as we have throughout the series. We're going to be running Tala for that bleed build and damage over time. I'm going to be using the ranger build that I've been picking and keeping up with throughout our playthrough. So let's get into it and see what... Ooh, we got a nice lineup here for our corruption cards. So we have snitches, which are basically going to call on a horde if we accidentally set them off. We've got silences golden, which I always love when they give you this in either snitches or a crap ton of security doors. So we've got to try to avoid setting off hazards, which are going to be snitches, birds, car alarms, alarm doors, and all sorts of other little fun traps throughout the map. We have armored joggers, which are a little bit tankier and such. Because we are running a damage over time build, honestly, this isn't super bad. A lot of times, getting a good shot or two in, they usually get dropped by that DOT before they can even reach me. And then we have Swarmer ridden, bit of a pain, gonna pretty much summon the whole blood draining insects, pretty much the Demetriscu's daughters, just not as cute. I think going in this run, I am going to be running assault rifles. I am starting to run a little bit short on my SMG cards, so kind of want to build those up a little bit. So yeah, let's give it. Actually, you know what? Nah, screw it. Let's go with the SMG. I kind of missed having my my MP5 on the one run that I did assault rifles instead of SMGs, and I genuinely prefer that quicker reload time.
Philip said you were coming.
Ooh, we got an upgraded Vector. Alright, not bad, not bad.
Crazy bastard kept my truck, said he might need it. Ain't gonna argue with the barrel of a gun. Only thing he'll lead up there is a wooden box. You ever walk back from the manor? It's
not exactly a vacation spot.
Yeah, rather him than me. Told him he'd be cut off, but he insisted.
Cut off?
Well, I wasn't going back to get him. Told Phillips as much. It's a call right there. That just made them more excited, like kids in a candy store. There's so many of those damn things up there. We rigged the forest with fire traps. We got caught with our pants down once. Not letting it happen again. You'd better stock up.
Alright, and just like that, we've got a dang near perfect bow setup. So for me, yeah, working with the bow here, I like having a resonant metals. That's going to give us 1 HP per kill we make with the bow. The swap speeds, okay, that was just, I basically took it because it was free and it was there just to make it worth the whole, basically 650 I just threw into that. And, goodness, the extension, the extended handle, that's just going to get our arrow speed going faster. So effectively, arrows are going to be shooting a lot faster, which gives us a lot more potential of actually hitting our target as they're moving around. We already got our upgraded SMG from the burn card at the beginning, so we should be pretty solid this run. Alright, and per usual, gonna use the patented Left 4 Dead technique of killing as many ridden possible before we even open the door. Honestly, this has lasted as long as it has among those that played the original Left 4 Dead for good reason. This was always a fun, quick, easy way to get in those early kills. Or to honestly rack up your kills while you're waiting for your friends to gear up. Which honestly, I'm not sure if anyone remembers, you know, gaming back in the early 2000s, man. I'm not gonna lie, this huge difference then versus, you know, now for a lot of obvious reasons. Like, say you wanted to play Left 4 Dead, right? With a full party of 4, right? You were lucky enough you had 3 other gamer buddies that you could have called up and gotten together. You're gonna play some Left 4 Dead. So basically how that worked back in the day was you had to pick a friend's house. That friend was going to be your host for the day, right? You'd have to have, hopefully have a friend that had more than one TV in the house, or if not, somebody else had to bring a TV, or a little portable monitor of some sort, which those were popular, or starting to become popular back then. I don't think it ever really hit the ground, probably as hard as they were, as the companies that were making them wanted to, but you know, you had that one friend or two that might have had one. Otherwise, yeah, you pretty much had someone basically pack up their TV and a second console, bring over to your host's house. You had to get all the wires and such to hook up said,
I'll take it. Reloading.
gonna set up said consoles together, so whether it was Xbox, PlayStation, or whatever, got them all hooked up together. Then it was almost guaranteed while you were over at that friend's house, the dad of the house was going to end up tripping on your wires, because you basically had 2 TVs, 2 consoles all set up in like one area. You know, if your friend, you know, if it was a good friend or they were a little bit, you know, well off, you know, you'd have your snacks and that, some dips, some Tostinos, all that good jazz set up. And of course, all the wires from multiple TVs to consoles. Whoever was the dad of that house would usually almost exclusively trip on the cords. And they always ended up tripping on the friend's cord, the person who didn't live at the house, and then would get pissed. That would kind of cause some tension for like the rest of the evening going forward. If you were, you know, lucky, the dad didn't get hurt and, you know, kind of brushed it off. Sometimes you were unlucky and that was it. That was game over. Everyone had to go home at that point. And then, of course, if you were really unlucky, when the dad went and tripped over your cord, your console broke. Or he basically snapped something, bust something up, you know, you end up breaking your TV, your console will end up flipping over, hitting the ground, now you gotta get new stuff, and then you'd have to go home and explain that to your mom. And I probably just, like, gave a whole bunch of, like, millennials PTSD from the days of when they would try to go over to their friend's house to play multiplayer or more than one person multiplayer. But yeah, that was gaming in the early 2000s when you wanted to play online with a co-op game of like 4 or more people. So fun times. Definitely love it. It's so much easier now that you can honestly play with everyone from the comfort of their own house. And I mean, it's just as effective. I think the only thing you gotta worry about is just, you know, actually being able to afford internet. And I say actually afford internet because I was that one friend that even when consoles, by the time I got into high school, that consoles started, you know, really selling the whole online thing. Oh, where the hell did that snitch even come from? I didn't even think I shot him. Oh well. Dude died. Awesome. But yeah. So yeah. That was your gaming. And then yeah, no, I unfortunately was that one friend. I did not always have internet. I think, geez, well, like a lot of my friends already had Facebooks and such when that was the big thing. Or I'm sorry, MySpace. It was MySpace first, and then Facebook kind of took over. I definitely didn't have MySpace. I wasn't allowed to. My parents were a little bit more on the harder, stricter side of things. So yeah, I mean, I didn't even have email until I got into high school. Like, my friends set me up and everything, had my first email. It was a Google account, Gmail. Customized it all up, used like the whole graffiti setting and everything. It's ridiculous. Like, I was super, super stoked and hyped and all just dazzled by the whole thing. It was crazy. Yeah. But a lot of times I ended up playing a lot of the single-player games because I unfortunately didn't have internet, so not as easy to play with friends. It's also kind of why I like Sony and PlayStation a little bit more than Xbox.
Don't shoot the snitcher! Down, boy!
That was, yeah, just mostly because, yeah, those Sony tended to have a lot of the better solo or single-player games. Now, honestly, it's kind of like an even split. Really, the day and age of like exclusive games is like next to dawn.
Straight from the tower, you've got the power. Listening to the J-Man.
I know. I mean, Sony's doing a lot better as far as keeping up the exclusive game up, but I don't know. There has been talk though that Microsoft is going to be bringing back the Fable series with Fable 4, so would love to see Fable 4. That honestly, that game when that came out, that game was ahead of its time. So I'm curious to how far would they go with, you know, the concepts and everything that they already had in Fable 3 alone, and bring that to this day and age. But yeah. But dude, what the hell are you like walking right in front of me for?
Not far now. Then we can rest up.
What's that?
Outside of this. But yeah. So I do apologize for the small little anecdote there. Just figured we fill in the time a bit here.
That usually works, right?
Share some nostalgia in that while playing a nostalgia style game. Get those old neurons in that working. Oh no.
Got a fit.
And gotcha.
Ammo over here.
Alright, we're almost out of the woods here. Just one good run up the hill. Also, for those that are new to the channel here and that, Sundays now, I am going to be releasing each Sunday. Me and Center are going to be putting up a new episode for our Diablo 4 playthrough. For those that haven't caught that, and that Center is my my partner.
I don't believe I'd like to listen to what you say.
Girlfriend, for those of you that, you know, are still with the still use the typical terms in that average day age. And yeah, so that's a fun little playthrough in that we're doing, just kind of enjoying the game, going through, rocking out the sorceress and necromancer. So yeah, every Sunday, those episodes are going to be going up now. And that is another series too here on the channel that I am goodness upping the quality on quite a bit. So this first video on that is still kind of in the old format, but the following week and beyond, really putting in a lot more effort into the videos. So hope you guys do enjoy them. And if you haven't seen so far, definitely go and check that out. Alright guys, well, we have made it. Alright. Well, now we've made it. I have to close the door because just coming in here isn't good enough. Alright, let's see how we did on this run. Alright, not bad as far as the kill count. Didn't get the bonus. That's alright. Not bad at all. Alright then. Well, guys, that is where we're going to leave today's episode off. We'll be picking, tomorrow's episode with 3-2. If you did like the episode and you like the new format that I'm trying out here, please let me know by hitting that like button or leaving a comment and down below. And if you want to help the channel, help us reach our goal, 25 subs, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, punch the bell so that we can get notifications. As per usual, guys, have yourselves a good night, stay safe out there, and I'll see you all on our next video. All right.